This video is brought to you by MyFitnessPal, the #1 nutrition tracking app.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are cutting through all the noise to get to the real science behind intermittent fasting. We're going to look at what the research says is actually happening inside your body.
So let's dive right in. You've probably seen intermittent fasting, or IF, pretty much everywhere. It's all over social media, health blogs, and for good reason. It's not just another fad diet. It's an eating pattern that has a whole lot of people talking.
And hey, the hype is there for a reason. A lot of people who try IF report some pretty incredible benefits, right? They talk about having more energy, losing weight, and seeing real improvements in their overall metabolic health. I mean, those are the kinds of stories that make you take notice. But that brings us to the million-dollar question. Is it really the right move for you? Because what works wonders for your friend or some influencer online isn't necessarily a universal solution. So before you even think about skipping breakfast, there are some really crucial science-backed things we need to walk through together. Okay, first up, let's get into what intermittent fasting actually does to your body. We're talking about the deep-down metabolic shifts that happen. It's not just about when you eat, it's about how your body fundamentally responds to that timing. So one of the biggest things you'll hear about is this state called ketosis. Basically, when you fast, your body burns through all its easy-to-access sugar for fuel. And once that's gone, it has to flip a switch. It starts burning fat for energy instead. For a lot of people, that's the #1 goal right there. And then there's this other amazing process called autophagy. Now, you can think of this like your body's own internal cleaning crew. During a fast, your cells go into spring cleaning mode, clearing out old, junky parts to make room for new, healthy ones. It's a cellular refresh, and some scientists think it could be linked to a longer, healthier life.
And it doesn't stop there. Research also shows that IF can make your body more sensitive to insulin. So what does that mean? It means your system gets way better at managing blood sugar. That's a huge win for your metabolic health, and could even lower your risk for type 2 diabetes.
But, and this is a big but, here's the catch. When scientists actually put intermittent fasting to the test, head-to-head against just a regular calorie-controlled diet, it turns out it's not some kind of magic bullet. When it comes to weight loss, the results are pretty much the same as long as the total calories you eat are equal. Okay, this is super important. Intermittent fasting is definitely not for everyone. For some people with certain health conditions, just jumping into fasting without talking to a doctor can be pretty risky. Let's cover who really needs to be careful here. If you're dealing with any of these conditions, you have to approach fasting with extreme caution. For example, if you have diabetes, messing with your meal timing can send your blood sugar on a dangerous roller coaster. The bottom line is, if you have a pre-existing condition or you're on medication, you absolutely need a doctor's okay first. And this one is a non-negotiable. Health experts are crystal clear on this point. The whole structure of fasting, the periods of restriction, can be a massive trigger for anyone with a history of disordered eating. It can very easily pull you back into unhealthy patterns. It's just not worth the risk. Now, this is where things get even more nuanced, because the research is showing that fasting can affect men and women very, very differently. It's a whole different hormonal ballgame. You see, women's bodies are hardwired to be incredibly sensitive to energy availability. Think about it. The hormones that run the show, like estrogen and progesterone, are part of a very delicate balancing act. The sources show that long periods without food can signal to the body that it's a time of scarcity, which can throw that whole system out of whack. And this is especially true for women in certain phases of life. If you're trying to get pregnant, are pregnant, or breastfeeding, your body needs consistent energy and nutrients. For women with conditions like PCOS, fasting can sometimes make things worse, not better.
So, does this mean fasting is a total no-go for women? Well, not necessarily. The research actually points to a smarter approach. It suggests that shorter fasting windows, say around 12 to 14 hours, might be the sweet spot, giving you some of the benefits without being so disruptive to your hormones.
All right, so beyond hormones, there's another major player we have to talk about, cortisol. That's your body's main stress hormone. And fasting, well, it's a form of stress on the body, so it's directly tied into your body's stress response. And this right here shows a nasty little cycle you can get trapped in. It works like this. Long fasts can cause your cortisol levels to spike, and chronically high cortisol is linked to, get this, storing more fat around your belly. That physical stress can then make you feel mentally stressed, which leads to stress eating once your fast is over. And boom, you're stuck in a cycle that's doing the exact opposite of what you want. So after looking at how it works, who should avoid it, the hormonal side of things, and the stress connection, we're back to that big question we started with. Is this actually for you? Look, if you remember just one thing from this entire explainer, please let it be this. There is no such thing as a one-size-fits-all diet. While IF can be a fantastic tool for some people, it is absolutely not a magic wand for everyone. Your body, your life, your history, it's all unique. So here's a little checklist for you. Before you even consider it, ask yourself these questions and be really, really honest. How will this affect my body? Am I someone who gets stressed out and eats? And seriously, can I actually see this fitting into my real life without it being a huge struggle? But really, at the end of the day, the single most important, smartest thing you can do is talk to a professional, a dietitian, your doctor, someone who actually knows your personal health situation. They can help you figure out if the potential benefits are worth the risks for you. So we'll leave you with this final thought. Are you just looking for the next trendy diet to try? Or are you ready to build a healthy, sustainable plan that is designed from the ground up specifically for you and your life?
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more insights brought to you by MyFitnessPal, the #1 nutrition tracking app.